Sorry, I'm eating, as you can see. So today, we are going to make, or I am going to make, I think it's the very first meal I learned and taught myself how to make from scratch. I loved, should I use that word? Yeah, I guess. I loved going to Red Lobster, and there was one thing I would get from Red Lobster other than lobster and shrimp. It was their shrimp Alfredo. And I got tired of going there. I'm like, you know what? I need to learn how to make this myself. So that's exactly what I did. Used to go all the time while I was in school. Get right on the red line up to Silver Spring from campus. And right there at Red Lobster. But now I make my own Alfredo, shrimp Alfredo, and I have put my own spin on it. Kind of. I guess you could say that I have. So today's ingredients, I had this in the house. I usually use regular linguine or fettuccine, but we had thin linguine in the house. Heavy whipping cream. I think this is 32 ounces. Grated Parmesan cheese, 8 ounces. Some garlic salt. Some butter. Crystallized lemon seasoning. I've used this before. And of course, shrimp. Right now, my shrimp, we had in the house raw, deveined, yes, large, deveined and cleaned, tail on. I usually get tail off, so I don't have to do the extra work. But we had it in the house, and it's a pound or 2 pounds, I don't know, and they're large. So I have those soaking right now in cold water with some salt, so they can defrost a little bit. While I make my sauce from scratch. I'm going to take my heavy whipping cream and shake it up a little bit. You have to watch this. You have to watch your cream, your sauce. 'Cause, oh man, it never, well, most of the time. I hope it doesn't happen today. But most of the time when I do make it, I just mess this up. Oh, and I also have the water. I also have the water boiling with olive oil and salt in it to boil the linguine. You have to watch your sauce because as the heat gets to it, it will boil over quickly. And that's happened to me many a times. It happened to me living on campus and when I had my own kitchenette in my dorm when I made it, one of the first times I made it. And also, you don't want it to scorch either, because it can scorch easily too and fast. So I'm squeezing this out because the cap wouldn't come off of it like I wanted it to. Trying to get all of this out. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have done this too. I wasn't thinking. Open it up like a milk carton like we had in school. It's been so long since I've done that, so I wasn't thinking. So I'm gonna let that warm up. And when it starts to boil, I'm going to add my Parmesan cheese and some butter and some garlic salt. And that's just to thicken it up. The Parmesan cheese is just to thicken it up. Yeah, I'm going to keep a watch over this. I guess while I wait for this to get hot and boil, trying to keep an eye on it, I'm going to take the tails off my shrimp since they have the tails on while they're soaking. Looks like it's getting there. Okay, so it's just to that point. I am going to add my grated Parmesan cheese. The whole 8 ounces, and I'm going to stir it in. And I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit so it doesn't boil over, because it will now that the cheese has been added. Add some butter. I'm going to add some garlic salt. And I'm going to add some lemon seasoning. Now this is just, I'm going to continue to stir this in, and it's going to get thick. I should be using a whisk. I'm always using all of the dishes when I cook. I'm going to whisk it in. To the side. I'm also going to check my water. My water is boiling. I thought so, it sounded like it. And put my noodles in whole. We don't crack noodles. We don't break noodles in half in here. If they don't fit in the pot, we wait for it to get soft and just push it down in it. Still keeping a watchful eye on my sauce and continuing to stir. And you don't have to add too much because cheese is naturally salty. So the Parmesan cheese naturally has salt in it. You can always add later, but push these down in the water. See what I'm doing. There I go, getting another. Ow! Submerge it under the water. Some people add their salt when the water starts to boil. I grew up doing it before. What? There may be a right way, but that's the chef ref way. So keep an eye on that as well, because that can boil over too. Turn the heat back up a little bit. I'm scared to walk away, but I have to go get something. Again, like always, you can substitute your protein. Chicken Alfredo. You can add vegetables to yours. You can add broccoli. I've seen it done with broccoli. You can add peas. You can add peas to yours. You can leave the meat out and just add your peas. You can add your broccoli and just do it like that. Just stirring my pasta. I think I have some mozzarella. Do I want to add that? If I have it, I'll add a little bit. I found some more Parmesan cheese. But I did see the mozzarella, but I'm gonna use the Parmesan cheese. This is shredded, not grated. But it's the same. Just different form. Ooh. Whisk that in. I would cover it, but I don't want to chance it, because you cover it and they'll definitely go. So we're just going to leave it uncovered. Just waiting for it to get boiled and thicken up. Looks like it's getting ready to do something. Looks like it's getting ready to do something. Looks like it's getting ready to do something. Oh, yep, it's getting thicker. You can also add pepper. Pepper even spicy to me, so I'm gonna leave it out. If other people in the house eat it, they can add it themselves. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. getting thick. It's getting thick. It's getting thick. It's getting thick. I'm going to turn down the heat before it boils over. It still feels thin to me. I'm gonna just let it boil a little bit. It's on low. It's on low heat. It's boiling. It's not boiling over. That's what we want. We don't want it to boil over. We want it to boil, but we don't want it to boil over. We want it to boil so it can get thick. We don't want no runny sauce, no runny Alfredo sauce. It feels runny to me. Ooh, ooh. It's good, but it's a little runny. I'm gonna add some more cheese to it. I'm going to taste the noodles to see if they're done. Those are done, so I can turn those off. The sauce is getting there. Okay. It's the consistency I want. So I'm going to take it off the heat, and now I'm going to do my shrimp, and we're almost done. Do you want the young child in your life to learn their ABCs in a unique way? Do you want them to learn about themselves, their family history, and at the same time help them build a positive self-esteem? Well, the personalized ABC About Me book is the product for you. And this personalized book for the little one in your life, each letter of the alphabet is used to help the child learn the names of the important people in their life, places associated with them, and is used as a positive adjective to help the child develop a positive vocabulary about themselves and the people in their lives. The letters are paired with pictures for image association and people recognition. The first step to ordering the book is to fill out a form with the child's name, birth date, and birthplace. Then either by yourself or with the help of the creator of ABC About Me, Rashawn E. Forrest, yours truly, will come up with those adjectives, names of relatives, and places associated with the child. The pictures that appear in the book can come from the parent or other family members. Or a photo shoot at my studio, Life in the Daylight Studios, can be done of your little special one with props. You and I will come up with the theme and color scheme for the book. If you would like more information about ordering The Child in Your Life, a personalized ABC About Me book, please email abcaboutme@gmail.com. With ABC About Me, building a child's self-esteem and identity is easy. So I am going to put my shrimp, still got some tails in there, in this pan. It's like a little wok. So I'm going to put some butter in it. And put some garlic salt and some lemon seasoning. Stir that around. Let it get coated with the butter. Put the seasoning. Oh shoot, I gotta. So I'm gonna just let this sit for a minute. And let the juices and the water in its own liquid like boil up. And cook it. I gotta train my noodles. Some say it's a good idea to save some of your pasta water. I forgot this time, but I'm gonna let those cook. I'm gonna clean up. I'm almost done, and then it'll be time for assembling. Daylight Candles is a company where the candles are made to the preference of the customer. All candles are made with soy wax and are between 5 to 8 ounces. There are a few ways you can choose your candle. You can choose your own personal oil and or color, or you can choose a candle from one of our many candle lines. One of our candle lines is the Daylight of Autumn, featuring scents like Apple Harvest, Caramel Popcorn, Red Hot Cinnamon, Hot Apple Pie, Cinnamon Stick, Macintosh Apple, and everyone's favorite Toasted Pumpkin Spice. A portion of the proceeds for the candles that are sold for charity are given to organizations that are near and dear to the company. The Daylight Hale line features scents that you would smell if you were to visit the beach. Seesaw and Orchid, Plumeria, Hibiscus Palm, Beach Linen, Ocean Breeze, and Ocean Rose. Daylight Royalty features our CEO's 2 favorite scents. One candle is called Queen, and it is infused with the scent inspired by Bath & Body Works' Mad About You fragrance. There is also Palace, and it is infused with magnolia and peony oil. Daylight Candles, igniting your life with fragrance and shining through the darkness. And this is what it looks like so far. You want to make sure that the shrimp is cooked through. You don't want to eat unless you're eating sushi. We ain't eating sushi. You want to make sure your shrimp are cooked through. Or tartar. We're not eating tartar. Or ceviche. I think that's what it's called. Alright, now time for assembling. Take some noodles. Then I'm going to take some of my sauce and stir it around. Take some shrimp. Ooh, it's hot. And then I'm going to sprinkle some parsley on it. And I'm done. So this is it. You know the meal is not complete until I eat. I think it might be too hot, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Yeah. You know what the dance means. The dance means that it's good. So I'm going to finish eating. Y'all be safe out there this weekend. It is Cinco de Mayo. I know people are going to be partying. And if you're looking for something to eat, something to make for the festivities, go back and look at last week's video for taco nachos. But please be safe. And I'll see y'all, or you'll see me, next week.